Okay, we're going to go to Abuja. Let's find out, because we have a member of the party there. Perhaps you could shed some light in terms of, look, what exactly is going on? Why do we have this kind of scenarios? And what's the way out? Ajuri.
Thank you, Chamberlain, and welcome back to Abuja. Standing by with me is Mr. Sunusi Musa, the chairman of the APC committee for the Congress review in Nasarawa State. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
So, you know, obviously you've heard now from Mr. Yinka Odumakin concerning the Congress's pretty damning assessment, and that has generally been what we've seen on the newspapers. What's your reaction?
No, even the newspapers, and I beg to disagree with the saying that it was pretty damning, because read the report, only some few cases, which is normal in democracy. We have 36 states with 773 local governments that had their congresses yesterday. So it is unfortunate that in some few places you have issues that has to, because people feel that if they don't get it now, they are going to be shut out. Maybe it's local arrangement between them. Then it is normal for you to have some crisis here and there, because it's a political party is a conglomeration of people with different ideas. And of course, when it comes to the issue of leadership, each interest group will try to see how it will outdo the other person. Some people may try to engage in some violence here and there, which the party will not allow that to go scot-free. But the party has put in a very good internal mechanism as provided by the Constitution to resolve all this crisis. When the World Congresses were held the previous Saturday, before last, the appeal committee was in every state of the Federation to receive complaint from those members of the party who feel that anything has gone wrong. And the appeal committees decided on those cases and forward their report to the National Working Committee of the party. So also the local government congress were held all over the country on Saturday, and the appeal committee will start work today to see that those who have a genuine complaint are treated, and anybody who has a complaint can bring it and substantiate it. If there is anything that went wrong contrary to the provision of the Constitution, it is going to be dealt with. But I disagree with the assessment by Yinka Odumakin, and I think it is very important, let us make these corrections. Maybe because the way some of them have thinking that things are done by the PDP when it is in power. It's not APC that will conduct the general election. The duty of conducting the election is clearly stated by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is the responsibility of INEC. If there is anything, at best, APC is going to be participant in that election, and we are going to defeat them by God's grace.
Well, Mr. Musa, let's look at the crises one by one.
Yeah.
Let's start from Imo,
yeah,
where, of course, we found out over the weekend that some suspects were arrested in an Abuja hotel with results, what they're saying are fraudulent results, who happen to be, one was a special assistant to Senator Hope Uzodinma, who we know is in the faction of the party in Imo State that is moving against the governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha. If this kind of illegal conduct is taking place in some of these states, does that not undermine the credibility of your party in terms of overseeing the entire electoral process?
Let's not talk on speculation. Let it be proven that that person is really holding the. I mean, anybody can take anybody.
We're talking about police here.
No.
Nigerian police.
The fact that police arrest somebody does not mean he is a member of the party or he is the one that is having such result. How are you sure that is the genuine result? In each state, we have a committee. And I'm not saying that there may be some disagreement here and there, but just saying that because somebody is arrested in a hotel with result sheet, you say fake result sheet, but what
allegedly fraudulent result sheet.
Okay, fraudulent result sheet. The question is, has such result been relied upon by the party? No. We commend the police, at least if that person is trying to use something fraudulent against the party or an interest of the party, he has been arrested. But it is not something that the party has now relied upon to say that, okay, the result collected from this money is what we are doing.
No, but Mr. Musa, in the case of Imo State, we have not seen a categorical rejection of those results from the ward congresses from the week before, because these are the results in question.
I agree with you. There was disagreement in Imo State, which is most pronounced anyway. But what we are saying is that people who are members of the party must have faith in the internal mechanism of the party to resolve those crises. A committee was sent to conduct congresses. And if that committee, for any member of the party, feel that they have not done what they're supposed to do, we have an appeal panel that is sent to that state. Take your petition to them. It's not about just taking laws into your hand. Take your petition to that committee. Let them listen to your grievances. Let them submit their report. If you are not satisfied with that, the constitution is clear. You now take your issue to the National Working Committee of the party. They also will decide on it. I mean, there are a lot, but without you following the internal mechanism that is stated on how to resolve those crises, we can't just come here and say that all what was done was wrong. I mean, this is people in democracy must accept to follow the processes the way they are. But without following them, we cannot come here and say that all what was done was wrong. But what I'm trying to say, I'm not saying there were no crises, but what I'm saying, it is not a reason for we to say that the entire process that has taken place in 36 states of the Federation was marred by crisis. Let me speak of Nasarawa State, where I happen to be the chairman of the appeal panel. We have not received a single petition. And mind you, this is a state with about 20 gubernatorial aspirants on the platform of the APC. But all of them were happy with the process at the award level, and we are going to look at that of the local government level from today to see how it is done. So also many states, I have not heard of crisis in states like Kano, so in Jigawa, and so many other
Mr.
places.
Musa, let's go to another case, which is, of course, in River State.
Yeah.
How does your party look at a situation in which a group of young men who are said to be loyal to the Director General of the Buhari Campaign Organization and Minister of Transport, Rotimi Amechi, go to the River State High Court, lock the gates, accompanied by SARS officials, and essentially say that no judgment is going to take place here today. And eventually an injunction comes out and the process is stopped. The local government Congress is slated for the weekend. And then the Congresses, that court order, which apparently was purportedly received by the state legal advisor of the party, is now disregarded and disobeyed, and the Congresses go on. How does your party justify something like that in a country that talks about the rule of law?
Look, I have seen the video going down as what happened in River State. I have not seen any one of them with any tag or a T-shirt that of APC. They are people. They can claim to be sponsored by anybody. It's condemnable. It's unfortunate. It happens. But for you to link that to APC, that is what I have a serious disagreement with.
The factions within River State have not in any way denied that the boys that were there were associated with APC. That has not been denied.
Must a faction, just because some people are trying to paint me wrong, I mean to paint me bad, is everything that I will continue to come and say it does. I'm not a party to it. In any way, it is the burden is on the person who alleged that those people are members of the APC or are a particular faction that they do that. Anybody can go and invade a court and do what he did, which is wrong, which is condemnable, and I hope sincerely that the police will apprehend such people and deal with them, because we have a duty to protect our country. But for that to be linked to the APC, that is why I have a serious disagreement with, because you must have a cogent and verifiable reason for you to link that to the party.